goddamn truck, I tell you. Big old mess. Well, that's usually the worst part. Oh, alright, got the frickin' antifreeze drained on it. Got a video coming out tomorrow. I don't know what happened, but it was blowing oil all over again. So we gotta tear this sumbitch back apart again. Oh, so we gotta tear pretty much everything back off. As far as plug wires, plug wire just gonna tear off. Off to the side, rip that off. Pull those off. I guess 5/8. Actually, we'll go 5/16 again. I think it's 5/16. Knock this hose back off. Again. Hit that like button for me, will you guys? Appreciate it. All right, got 5/8. Go ahead and get you guys up here where you can see. I will knock this temp sensor loose. Actually not temp sensor, it's temperature gauge. Pull that off to the side. Get out of the way. Pull that boot off there for our transmission. Actually, we're just gonna pull this little PCB valve out of there. We're gonna unhook our distributor, pro billet here. It'll be 9/16. I'm just gonna loosen it for now so we don't knock anything down in there. thing out though. So yeah, I don't know if that gaskets or whatever it is, but loosen that up a little bit. Get knock this fuel line off here. I've had these little fender covers and I never freaking use them. I bought them, was all excited, and then I never used them. Maybe that's why I don't use them, because I can never find anything to hook them to. There we go. Okay. Drop some comments, guys. Don't be afraid. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this fuel line off. Got the old mason jar here. I'd like to get this thing to the racetrack, but every time I turn around, we got something else going on with the damn thing. So we'll pick this up like that, just a little bit. That way, if we do tip it, you know, this is higher than that point down there, so. Gotta do stuff, you know. Otherwise, no one even knows you're filming. Anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about unbolting the carb off the intake, but gonna go ahead, get all these bolts loose on the intake. I got one ground I gotta get off right there real quick. need a step stool for this thing. I like to run a ground right there on the intake for the body. And that should be it. Go ahead, I'll loosen all the bolts and then pull the distributor out. That's if I got my Allen wrenches. I don't remember which one it is. Is it that one? This one metric? Or... yeah, that was metric. That was a 5/16. Yeah, it is a 5/16, damn it. All right, so she's spitting oil pretty good. And I don't know what else to do with it. I had new gaskets in it. So it's either the crankcase pressure is way too high, or the silicone I'm using is not adequate. So I've tried Right Stuff. I've tried just the RTV. I don't know. I'm not running the gasket on it because that freaking gasket's gonna blow out. I had a little magnet tray somewhere. Here we go. These are stainless bolts, but still will contain all of our stuff. So. Yeah, probably gonna have to pull that gas line off. I didn't want to, but I don't know, maybe we can pull it off the truck. We'll see. Let's try to get all these loosened out. Oh, we gotta have this thing ready about 3 weeks for the hill climb. Well, I think it's 2 weekends now. I really want to try it. I wanted to do it last year and it was broke. Now it freaking broke again. Before it leaked a little bit of oil, but now, man, it's just pouring. It's not the intake gaskets are leaking or anything. I can see where all the oil's coming out. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's time we just take her to the scrap yard. I'm really glad I didn't do the oil change on it, because the oil change is about $100. Because I've been pretty pissed. That's why I didn't really want to change it yet, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So I almost bought it, and then I was like, well, I better wait. Sure enough, when it rains, it pours. Thought about locking this thing back out too, now that ripping the distributor back out, but I don't think it's got enough low end grunt to keep up. I'm running the 1266 intake gaskets on this one, and then just the silicone there on the China rails, or whatever you want to call it, on the block. Again, maybe we ought to just go find an LS out of the junkyard and toss that in here for now. See if we can take this distributor out of here. I don't think that distributor sits as low as it should, but I don't know what else to do with that. Oh. I think it's a 10. This one. Nope. These are the 5/16. 3/8. Could be wrong. Tore this thing apart enough times I ought to know that. Yeah, they're gonna have to pull the side off. Oop. Yep. That is. Turn that one back on. Yeah, it was. Like I forgot one bolt. And I think at the bottom was a number 3 Phillips. Number 3 Phillips screwdriver. I don't think I have one that's short. Might have to grab a bit if this don't work. I have to grab a number 3 bit. I do not have one that I can see anywhere. What up, Slow 10? What you up to, man? There you go. Thank you. Yeah, always something, man. Thought we were good this time. As usual, I thought wrong. Okay. Got our hose off. All our bolts out. I hope this thing comes off, because last time it didn't want to move. It's moving. Oh, that's my freaking bad arm too. Come on. There we go. I hate prying on these freaking intakes. Okay. Move some stuff around here real quick. Just make room on my table. Okay. Now let's see if we can wiggle this thing without dumping a whole bunch of fuel down the freaking engine. I just don't want the freaking carb to start leaking all over the damn place. Okay. So, right there, it doesn't look like I had enough in that one fucking spot. The back was the worst. Yeah, it looks like that one wasn't good either. Looks pretty white. There's some water and shit on the top. Huh. Wonder why that one push rod there, if I can put it wrong. Everything looks good. Guess I just didn't put enough fucking silicone on it again. Pull these big old things off. These are 1266. They're the real thick ones. They don't have the extra rubber on there like I like, but definitely gonna need an oil change now. Have to get back up. I guess we're gonna start cleaning. See if we can make a big freaking mess again. Kind of sucks to do all this freaking work for nothing, because you get one little thing wrong and it creates so much more work for you. A little bit of silicone, man, just a little bit. That's all it takes. And we gotta hope when we clean it that we don't get any stuck down in the cam or up on a pickup tube or anything like that, the screen. Oh, car care. No, it's left-hand drive. It's just, well, it's left-hand drive. That's just my steering wheel. Makes it look backwards when I do it this way, but you guys can get in there. I've never found the setting for the phone, because I stream from my mobile phone, so when you have it selfie mode, I guess you call it, everything's backwards, which is dumb, but I can't do anything about it. Oh, try to get the silicone. You know, I froze my ass off last time I did this. Had the heat running, and it's like, you know what? We'll get it right now before anything gets too close. We'll be done, ready to go. Boom, we're leaking oil. I gotta get me another razor blade. This is pretty chipped. Yeah, it looks badass, but I can't really fucking run it right now. That video coming out tomorrow, but if you check the shorts, I mean, it's only 500 horse. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's just in a small truck, so it looks really big. But like I said, it's only 500 horse. Nothing to gloat about, but that works for me. Wish we had more. I'd be happy with like 800. To the wheel, you know. Someday. I think this is our third engine in it. I was really trying to get a blower motor for it this last time, and couldn't afford the extra 10 grand for it, so we ended up going with this 406. I had it built because I wanted a warranty on it, just in case something happened, because I started putting money into it. That's what happens when you're, you know, you don't have a lot of experience, but you do the best you can. You just learn a little bit each time, and I didn't have a lot of experience with engines. I just kind of did little stuff here and there, and getting pretty low on fuel too, because shoot, I think I put 10 gallons in it back for the last race we did. I looked in the tank. Tank's getting pretty low. If I had to guess, there's probably like 2 gallons left in it, but. It actually makes 517, and it made 514 on the dyno for torque. So it's right there. But then you put it through the transmission, and you know, I got an alternator on here and a power steering pump, and I got shorty headers. Yeah, takes a lot of that horsepower very quick. But truck's only 3,500 pounds too, 4-wheel drive, so. So this will be the last time we're gonna put gaskets unless we grenade this fucker, because I'm gonna put more frickin' silicone than it's ever had in its life on it. And we're gonna hope that it works. This sucks. This thing was supposed to be just turnkey, ready to go, and ever since I got the new engine in it, it's been kind of turnkey and stare at it. But what do you do, right? Be nice if this had a front plate and or a front engine plate and mid plate. What up, Doug? Well, we're tearing the engine back apart. Unscathed. Hey, did you get your tire changed while you were gone? No, Doug, we're just freaking tearing the engine back apart because they're leaking oil again. Real bad this time, and looks like my silicone job sucked once again. So we are putting another set of gaskets. It was both, actually. It's a crate engine, but there's some different options you can get. So this was a stage 3 406. It was still a pump gas engine. It's 10.5 to 1, but you could get different cam styles. I had this one detuned about, I think it was about 25 horse is what they came out, because the cam I wanted that low end to mid-range torque, because I was dirt dragging it and I wasn't looking for that high end wind. So I think they went with cam choice 2. It was a little bit smaller cam, but still allowed me to run my 750 quick fuel carb. So what I did was I already had Pro Billet and big old carb and stuff. And when I actually got it from Skip White Performance, I asked them if I could send my carb down to be tuned with it. So they did that for me. So I already had $1,000 carb, so that saved me $1,000 right there. Had them dyno it. They set the air fuel and stuff like that, but I still had a hell of a time with the squirters, well, the accelerator nozzles, whatever you want to call them. It would bog. Every time I messed with it, it'd backfire and shit, and it was starting to piss me off, but finally got that mostly figured out. And then it ran great last year. And then I changed these gaskets over when I got back from Texas. And I rebuilt the carb and put the other needle and seats in there. When I tested her last night, she was running. I mean, it was freaking running. You can hear it in the videos. You stab it, and it just, I mean, it's freaking loud. So between that and the exhaust, it was awesome. Oh. Oh my God. You got windage trays on the crank or the cams. Probably what'll happen now is it won't leak, but all the silicone will end up plugging up my screen, and then the fucking engine will blow up because I don't have any oil pressure. But my intake is supposed to, or my gaskets are supposed to be here tomorrow. So probably gotta take a break for a minute. I got really bad joints, so. If you were here that's making mad money, the hot oil, yeah. Well, right now the hot oil is getting hotter because it's spraying all over the damn exhaust, but yeah, I'm running a 165 high flow, but I got like 4 or 5 like 1/8 holes around the outside because it runs I run an electric water pump, so it makes priming way better. And then also I can sit and cool that down past. That way if I'm sitting in line when I'm racing, I can just let it sit there, cool off, and then I got a little bit of time, I can fire it up, get it warmed up, just enough, because it makes like peak power about 165, 170, just on this one. I don't run engine cooler, no. Not on this one. I just keep watching the oil pressure. Once the oil pressure hits about 60, and it starts dropping down, like 55, I shut it off, let her cool down. Because I make back-to-back runs, and it gets hot after a while. The coolant's good, engine gets hot. About running 25, 50 in it too, so. Doug, you commented and I didn't read it, sorry. This one doesn't have cross flow on it, but you know, it's all aftermarket and shit too, so. But this is an aftermarket block too, because it's a Dart HSP, so. I need to get one of those little plastic freaking flap wheels for this. That's why it'd be nice if it was an LS, because then it'd just have O-rings. Wouldn't even have to freaking dump the water out of it. I don't know if you know Car Care, but I do run this on the street too, so if it was just strictly racing, I could do a lot more with it. But I tend not to, just because I do like driving it around every now and then. Would like to drive it a lot more. It just doesn't always work out. And now it's louder than fuck, so. When I had the Flowmaster 40s on there, you know, it was louder. Like you could tell it was an aftermarket engine. Like my Dodge is just straight piped and it's loud. But this when I got it in here now and you wrap it one time and the freaking tools fall off your wall, like that's a lot. But now it's worse because it sounds really badass and then it doesn't have a lot of horsepower. So you pull up to these race trucks next to you and they sound similar and then they whoop your ass because they're strictly freaking racing. That's why when the last race we did, you know, I was getting my ass kicked, but like a lot of those guys were just strictly track, like that's all they were. That's what they were set up for. Heck, I was running mine on the street. I mean, I had the paddles and shit on it, but I really want to have this done for the hill climb. I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. I wanted to go to Silverback. Yesterday they had the R3 I can't think what you call it, Showdown. I just wanted to go watch. I'd like to make a run over there, do some bracket racing, but I just want to do the hill climb first. I gotta take a break, man. My freaking knees. it's the dark black, but it's the SHP, so I think it's only good to like 600 or 700 horse, depending on what fuel you're running. Pretty much it's just a aftermarket or a late model 400 black, but that's what it's set for. But it has the oil pump cut out of it, and then the black is lighter because they curve around the cylinders. Never heard of them, Doug. These are the Dynomax, but they're a great muffler for the street, but freaking cops aren't going to enjoy that very much. No, rear end is 410 gear. So is the front. I got them both the same. I'd like to switch out to 456 gear in the future, but I don't know what that's gonna do. I'd like to put a torque converter in it first. That'd be the easiest. One second, guys. It's a 350 turbo. Yeah, it's 4-wheel drive. I wasn't running 4-wheel drive for a little bit because of the front drive shaft was screwed up, but I just got it in the other day and fired it up. Well, I guess get back to it, grab a rag. Too old, guys. I'm getting real old. Oh, this cleans up. No, it's not bad. It's not as clean as I'd like it, but. Anyway, I'd like to, if I really went out with this thing, I'd like to put engine plates on it and be able to pull the motor more. I'd like to switch it to long tubes. And I like to put a tube chassis on the front, but it's with a 4-link, but it's just not going to be possible with this one. I changed it so many freaking times that if I'm gonna do it, I might as well build one. But I don't have the funds or time to do that, so we're just gonna have fun with this while we can. If we blow her up, I'll probably stick a bigger motor in it. Or maybe I'll just stick an LS in it at that time, or something. Maybe we'll turbocharge it, or I think if it's turbo, it'd have a hell of a 60 foot, but man, 60 foots on this thing is like 2 seconds, like 2.1 or 2.3 seconds, which I know that sounds bad, but I'm in the dirt, you know, so you're spinning. But we're also running, I'm also running freaking UTV paddle tires on the back. I like to get a nice set of the Scat, the bigger, or is it Scat Track or Track Scat or something like that? They got these paddle tires I can get that they're about 32 inches tall with the paddle. Because when you buy a paddle tire, I don't know what I set my knife. Where did I put that? Yeah, I'm getting tired because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I can only run like a 32 inch, like total tire on this, because if it squats, it's gonna rip the paddles right off from it. I don't know what I did with my knife. I'm sure I'll find it later, probably. I hate doing that shit. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean, that was the only thing you had to do back then. Frickin' hot rods. Now you can sell your foot pictures, you know. Damn it, that's gonna drive me nuts where I put that frickin' thing at, too. You clean it, clean it, clean, and you'll never get it all off there. All you can do is try. Try to keep as much of that silicone out of the intake runners as I can. It's still gonna get some in there, but Still got the intake we gotta get cleaned off too. Nice. I don't see too much of those anymore. I thought about making some, not the finned ones, but like the ones I have, cutting them out and shit. But yeah, I haven't seen any of those in a while. What were we? Them 16ths, I think. So knock this loose. So this shit right here is about $10 a gallon. That right there. That's the good stuff. That thing's not gonna fit down in there. What do I got laying around here? It's a good thing I have this unbranded pop bottle. That might work, huh? We'll see. Yeah, I never said what brand it was. I just said unbranded. You know, because using containers for things that they're not supposed to be used for is against the law. This thing. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Now let's hope that those don't go dry. These just kind of, just tighten them enough. Because if you strip them, you're screwed. Okay, do the same thing on the back one here. I spilled a whole bunch of that all over too. $10 a gallon for this stuff. All right. Good stuff. That'll burn a hole right in your stomach, probably. Yeah, it'd be nice to have an EFI. I was gonna put got Aces EFI there. I hounded them for I don't know how long because I wanted to switch it to EFI, and Sniper and all them they're nice systems, you know. I don't have a fortune to spend. I'm just looking for something that I can hit the key, start, and then I can race. They won't tell me if I can use it when we're running like dirt drags. That's what I want to know. I don't want to buy the shit and then it not work for in the dirt, like racing. So I got tired of asking. I asked them on their YouTube. I asked them on their Instagram. Sent them emails. They don't fucking respond. So I said, "Ah, fuck you guys." That's just 110 to get back to you, Air Car Care. Yeah, she purple Kool-Aid. It doesn't taste very good though. It smells good. All right, so I just drained it because I don't want to. Hold on a second. This is my bad arm. Oh, if you haven't watched that story, watch that story. Not going to talk about it, but it kills me sometimes. But now I need to find my freaking knife that I can't find. Found it. It is still all right. I bought mine down at oh, I can't think of that place. It's over by it's in Mears. It's over by the sand dunes, but I can't remember their name. Since I work right down the road, it was just easy to go there. But I use I think it's a C16 or is it 116 cans? Which, not legal to do that either, but. Race fuel cans, the metal ones, are the best cans you can get, especially if you're using the little battery powered transfer pumps. Man, those freaking work awesome. What I really like to do, I'd like to switch this thing over to E85 since I got a gas station right down the road, but as much as the truck sits, I'm afraid that the fuel system and then the carb and all that is just gonna corrode from sitting. So I've always been a little bit nervous. See, on this one, Doug, this one doesn't have the crossover here, and these ones are blocked off. The head has it, but intake's blocked off. For moderators that are watching too, make sure you drop your links for these people. Because if you're helping me be a moderator, you might as well get something out of it too. So. Well, there's pretty much one side. Oh, I spilled more of it. That's actually how I got my big ass scar. I don't know if you guys can see it. That one right there was from that, right there. I jumped up on my truck the one day and I went to go turn the distributor and I freaking caught it just like that and it cut the absolute crap right out of me. Because I didn't sand the freaking threaded rod down at the top like I was supposed to. Yeah, I get you, Doug. This one I just ran the 110. You're supposed to run 92 or 93, or maybe it's 91. Anyway, I just run premium in it. But I ran the 110 because it was going to be the last race I went to and it was going to be sitting all winter. And I didn't want to have the corrosion that I had the last year. So being the 110 doesn't have the ethanol in it, instead of trying to run recreation fuel, because recreation fuel doesn't have enough octane for what I'm supposed to run. That's why I don't run the rec fuel. But it doesn't really seem to make a difference on this one either. Like the response is still the same. The temps are still the same. Horsepower feels exactly the same. It smells better. That's about it. But I'm usually running top lube in it anyway, so. So this right here is what worries me when on some of the stuff. Let me show you. See that big ass chunk right there? Okay, let's see. That's what worries me about coming out of shit nowadays. I think it's casted in there pretty good. But imagine that little piece coming out. Won't be good. Yeah, I agree, Doug. Smells better than regular fuel, that's for sure. I don't know if you ever smelled methanol, but I don't really care for it. That's what my Blue S10 smells like, because I run that top lube, that race fuel top lube in that one. And it smells like methanol. And I've been waiting to get pulled over on it. Yeah. I don't know how much horse it'd pick up though. Like this one, these ones, the way they're tapered, they don't really match, but the cylinders look great, but intake's always been a little off. Honestly, I don't really run it at a high RPM. It's only rated for 5,900, so I don't turn it any higher. But it would be a lot nicer. One thing I don't like on these, like the intakes versus the block, is the block has like a very small spot that it runs, and then these got big old freaking like chunks of meat on it. If it was an aftermarket block, it could have been a little bit bigger, and then you get more surface area. Because I still don't know. I mean, from what I see, I think it's a silicone at this point. But at the same time, it's like, it might be building pressure. $10.15. I couldn't tell you. You know, and this engine I got, I just, you know, I told them the options and stuff, and that's what they built. But I think if we're gonna do it again, I think I would have another guy build it, but I would polish it. Like, we're gonna bump up the compression. Like, the amount of miles I've driven it in the last 2 fucking years, I should just had like a 13-to-1 fucking motor in it, because it's like, I don't know. I think I put maybe 150, 200 miles on it last year. It gets like 4 miles to the gallon. So like, there's not a lot. Well, that's what I run, Doug. I run the top lube in it. And or at every engine I've ran, I've always ran it. And I've always ran the Grape, which is the what do they call that? It's a Race something. Can't remember, but it's great. That was my favorite. And then Bad Attitude C10, he's sponsored by Wild Willie's, or he's not sponsored. He's I think he's affiliate. So when I buy stuff, I just buy stuff through him because I can get a discount on it. So I've been running the full Race, and it kind of smells like a methanol, the Race fuel, but that's what's in the blue truck right now. But Pina Colada, it's either Grape, Pina Colada, or the full Race is the best. Can't remember what the name of that is. It's shit, what is that? Something Groovy Grape is what it is. And is it Power Race Products or Power Performance or something like that? It smells great in the Dodge because it don't have a cat. It smells good in the blue truck because it doesn't have a cat. And it smells good in this one because this truck don't have a cat either. But I've never ran it in the Silverado because the Silverado's got 3 cats. Yeah, it's something. I think it's like power race products or something like that. But yeah, I've been running the Wild Willies just the full race. It, keep it the same, I think I think it's 8 ounce or 6 ounce or something like that is good for like 20 gallons of gas. I usually run like 15 or so. It works better on alcohol engines. That's all that top lube is just extra forgiveness on the cylinder walls. The only thing about that though, Doug, is if you have a plastic fuel tank and you run any of those scents, it never goes away. The Dodge, I haven't put that in the Dodge in like, I don't know, 6 months. Every time you put gas in it, you can smell it. You don't smell it coming out the exhaust anymore, but you can still smell it. People tell you, oh yeah, you know what makes the exhaust smell good, you can stand it. But yeah, when it smells good, but if your eyes are watering, you should probably get out of there. So that's what I do a lot. I haven't been live for an hour and a half. It's already 4. Jeez, oh Pete's. Well, we're just gonna keep going because we want to get as far as we can while we have time, because that's one thing I don't get is I try to get as far as I can, but the minute I take a break, I never get that back. I could have had something done, but today I got a lot of shit done, man. Well, you saw, I think you were on every freaking live I had today. Myself, I'm not. I don't know of anyone looking for one, but if I do, I will make sure to contact you. All right. So it probably looks like my old drag truck then that Justin got. Them old 6.0 engines. I love it because I had the neighbor one time. I can't remember. They'd come hauling ass by. They had can't remember what the car was, but they come through here like they were the baddest sons of bitches on the block. And one day they went by and I just happened to have the white truck outside. All right, fuckers. I was due about 90 when I passed their fucking house. This bitch was screaming. To this day, they have not done it. That's how they are. Every time they turn the corner, they just floor it. Every freaking day. All right. We are getting there, guys. We are getting there. I still got, yeah, there's still a bunch here. Tell you what, the little carb cleaner fumes are getting to me. Rest of this cleaned up. And think about the outside here. Wish I had a smooth, wish it was polished, but, uh-oh. There we go. I wish it was polished, but, what do you do? Oh, we probably got another 10 minutes. I'm getting hungry. I don't know why it leaks. You know, I got 10 pounds of silicone on everything. Yeah. I'd be better off just buying the money on a new one. Honestly, I think you could probably bolt caps on the ports, the runners, and probably the carb, and then put it in like a bead powder, or bead blaster, like they use for foundries. It'd probably come out really nice. I've seen a guy use carbide too. He bought a carbide scraper and then he just scraped everything until it was, he did it by hand. I don't remember if I saw that on YouTube or if that was an old Facebook video, but all right, guys, well, I think that is good for today. Maybe tomorrow we can get this put back together. I guess clean this up real quick. Yeah, we'll do it another time. All right, well, yeah, those work good too. Actually, saw a guy, I guess you put tape down here, and then when you silicone it, put your intake, you pull the tape off. I guess it works better too. Yeah, you can see it's got miles of silicone on it. All right, well, appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate all those likes you guys left me, and I think we're going to go ahead and call it a day. And maybe we'll catch you tomorrow or later on. So catch you guys later.